Morning you lot, from British Warrior Within, and everybody on YouTube, and maybe even those who may watch on Facebook. I thought I'd better try a video today, because I did one on my phone yesterday, and tried uploading it, and YouTube wasn't having any of it, so I'm going to be keen to know whether that's because YouTube are messing about, or whether it was just my phone probably not having enough space on it. God, I really do talk like somebody without teeth now. Oh, God, Right, that's besides the point. Wellington Stone, my second in command, is trying to tell you lots of stuff. And I'll tell you what, Wellington, leave it to me, leave this bit to me. I'll take this bit. You go and act as an alarm. Yeah, you act as an alarm.
Come on.
Yeah. Biggest thing at the moment is next week. It is the Justice for Chelsea March. Time has gone by and people easily forget. It is Saturday the 10th of June at Sunderland from the Chelsea Public House, which is in Hendon Road, I believe. I'm going to be travelling up on the Friday, and I'm going to be staying overnight. If there's anybody who wants to live from my area, which is Sussex, I'm going through to Brighton and then straight up, probably my best way. So if you're in between Eastbourne and Brighton and you want to get up there and you've booked a room and you're staying the night, then I'll gladly give you a lift up just to help with the cost of the petrol. I'm supposed to be taking one person up, but they still haven't got back to me again, so I've got a feeling they may have dropped out. So there could be as many as 3 seats left. Really, we want full cars going up there, don't we? We want the whole thing to be massive for Chelsea. We've all got our own agendas away from what Chelsea suffered, but that day will be justice for Chelsea, and it is part of our agenda, and that is to protect our women, to protect our girls from this evil, barbaric, vile, disgusting ideology which is Islam. People are so passionate about it now, it is ridiculous. I cannot believe that things haven't kicked off. There's probably been the odd little thing happen here and there, but I'm surprised it hasn't kicked off big time. I think the authorities are probably waiting for it to. And depending on what scale it kicks off, will decide how they deal with it. Anyway, back to the Justice for Chelsea March. Anybody who's going to be up in Sunderland on the Friday night, you know me, you've probably got my details from different areas. If fucking Antifa can get them, I'm sure you'd get them. Message me, I'm meeting a couple of people up there, and we go out for a beer and talk about what we feel about things. You know, specifically British Warrior Within.com members. If you're watching this, like I hope you are, then get to Sunderland. If you can't get there the night before, then I'm sure we'll have a couple of cheeky beers in the morning before we join up with the march. We don't want to be drunk out of our heads, because that's disrespectful anyway. On the Saturday I can't drink too much anyway because I'll have to drive home, so if I have too many I'll just have to bring and hang around for ages, and that will piss me off anyway. So get up there, please. Support this poor woman. Think if it happened to you, how much it would mean. It's not another one bites the dust, you two, Wellington. He throws me out every time. I think I'm going to have to hang him from somewhere. Hang him as an ornament. Get up to Sunderland, please. Please, 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 please. Pretty please. She needs your support. They need your support. It's not their fault. They live bloody miles away. One of the most inaccessible parts of England, but we need to get there. If anything, that shows how determined we are to back our fellow Britons up. She deserves it. The girl's been through hell. After that, again, this is for British Warrior Within.com members specifically, but hopefully other people will want to join as well. But also, it is for you as well. Look into. Don't keep saying two. You throw me out. No, enough twos. Thank you. Oh, God. Looking to organise a rally on the 1st of July, I believe it is. I will confirm that because I can't actually. No, you don't want that either. The 1st of July. Looking to hold a rally to go into a Muslim so-called no-go area. This will need people of a certain disposition, people who aren't frightened, people who aren't intimidated by abuse, and people who can stay quite calm under abuse and threats. We need to do this because there shouldn't be any no-go zones in Great Britain, especially to British people. Why can we not go somewhere? It's our country. You're telling me some migrants come over here, made up their own law, and the police are now enforcing the fact that you can't go into that area. And what is the reason we can't go into that area, Mr. Policeman? Oh, because the Muslims will riot. Well, surely you will arrest them then, Mr. Policeman, if they riot. No, we'll arrest you for causing the trouble by going in there. But we live in this country, Mr. Policeman. Yes, but we don't want to upset the sort of immigrants, the minorities, do we? But a lot of them are illegal, Mr. Policeman. Are you going to arrest them for that? Well, no, we don't want to do that because it upsets them. And if we arrest someone, they threaten to riot again if we don't release them. So what do you do then, Mr. Policeman? I'm sure you say, there's no way we are going to release this man just because you say you're going to riot. Well, no, actually we do, because it's better than that than the consequences of the riot. Oh, I see, Mr. Policeman. So it's okay for us to riot then. So, right lads, come on, riot. Oh, no, hold on. No, if you riot, we'll bring in the whole of the riot squad. Horses, water cannon, tanks, helicopters, flamethrowers. Because you can't do it. Why is that, Mr. Policeman? Well, because you're British. You have to follow the law. Oh, I must have misunderstood. I thought everybody had to follow the law. Is that not right, Mr. Policeman? Well, technically, I'll get back to you on that one. Thank you, Mr. Policeman. I'm sure somebody will be able to advise you on that. So, this is what we're going to come up against. 1st of July is the date I've sort of set in my mind. If it's too early for everybody, or everybody's going to be on holiday, then it may have to be changed. But we need to be out there now. We should actually be on the streets now, because what is happening is frightening. The French, I've seen this, I know, when you see things on the internet, unless you know the exact source, you can't be 100%. But allegedly, a French Secret Service police officer has spoken to an English guy who he's been friends with for years. So met when the guy was on holiday. And he said that all the migrants that were in the Calais camps, when they were dispersed, thrown out, they went into sort of like villages and towns in France for a couple of days, took all the money that they were being offered, then they just pissed off, disappeared. And apparently these migrants are coming here, heading this way. And what they have been told is that this invasion, which is what it is, we all know it is now. I think virtually everybody calls it the Muslim Islamic migration, invasion, sorry. And they want retribution for the Crusades, which, if they actually knew their history, the Crusades were a result of Islam doing exactly this about 800 years ago, whatever it was, trying to take over the whole of Europe. And if the Crusaders hadn't formed and pushed them back, then we would have been in the Islamic State already. So they're blaming us when it was actually them that have tried this once before. So it's an absolutely fucked up excuse for being the vile animals that they are. But the French police are warning French people to arm themselves. Do you think they do that here? Do you think our government will warn us to arm ourselves? I'll let you think about it for a minute. Thought about it? Theresa May? Will she warn you? Corbyn? Sorry, he just makes me laugh. And that other bloke. I know his name, it's just he's so forgetful I can't be bothered to use it. Tim Fallon, just so you know, I do know it. No. They're not gonna. Will you please shut your gob? No, we won't be warned. And when the migrants, or Islamists as we really should call them, decide they're going to attack, they're not going to be attacking with pitchforks. Their mosques are full of weapons. And if you're kidding yourself that they're not, then you're living in just a fairyland. It's how they do it across the world. Where do you think they get all these arms from across the world? Where do you think they hide them up across the world? It's in their mosques. That's why they like so many. And if we come out with our wooden spoons, we're not going to be able to fight them off, are we? Particularly. So it's up to you. It's up to you to sort yourself out the best you can. That's what I've done. But join BritishWarriorWithin.com, and we are really trying hard to get a network together where, when push comes to shove, we know somebody locally that we can get together with, because there's more safety in numbers. You got more of a chance. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Also, have a plan. If you wake up one morning and you're told that they're 20 minutes away and they're coming for you, if you haven't got a plan, you're going to waste 19 of those minutes panicking. Then you're going to spend the last minute trying to get away. Make a plan. If you're going to defend where you are, make sure it's well defended. If you're not, you need to know where you're going. And I would have 2 backup plans. The amount of times that a backup plan would be buggered up because something else happens that ruins it. If your second backup plan goes to shit, then you just got to work off of initiative. I know a lot of this is common sense, but all I'm trying to do is get you to at least think about it before it happens. It's not scaremongering. These wars happened in a place that we used to think, oh, it's miles away from us, doesn't affect us, because of the people that are now in this country. It was those people that were causing that fighting. It was those people that were murdering people. But they're here now. 23,000 jihadists, and they think that they can turn, of the rest of the Muslim population here, they reckon they could turn 400,000 of them to become radicals and join the fight. So it's 423,000 Islamic fighters. That's a lot of people. When you think our army is about 70,000-80,000, and that's not taking into account that half of them are spread around the world. So how are you going to defend yourself, guys? Crossbows. Get yourself a crossbow. 150, 175 pound pull on it. Make sure you get one of the pulley thingies, as I call them, because they help you actually draw the bow back, because otherwise it's, well, God, it was a joke trying to do it. I felt so weak, but those things fly, I'll tell you now. And the good thing about them is they're silent. People don't know where they come from. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I think the only way it won't come to that is if we get out onto the streets now and start showing them that we're not going to let it happen. We're going to stop it before it does. But with that, we either need the government's help, or we need to also show the government that because of their treason, we are not going to listen to them anymore. They haven't the right to govern us anymore, because they have shit on us. And that is actually a policy. If they don't look after us, if they don't fulfil their job, then they have lost the right to govern us, and we no longer have to listen to them. I'm not trying to incite anything. I'm just trying to stop people in this country getting killed, getting surprised by it all. I bet these things happened in the past few months that you thought, oh Christ, I never thought that would happen. A year ago, you'd have probably said, no, that'd never happen. Well, just think, things are getting progressively worse if you look at them. The army were on the streets only last week. And that was a warning to the British people. Not to Islam. It's because they know that we know that they have fucked up. And they're frightened of our reaction. It's weird because every time I listen to myself I think, God, I sound like a revolutionary. But perhaps that's what revolutionaries do. They're just ordinary people that want to save their country and change it back into a place that it's a joy to live in. It's fun. Life is enjoyable again. Because life for most of us isn't that enjoyable, is it? Even if you've got a lot of money, could you say that your life's great? No, because there's always something to be worried about, something to be fearful about. And we shouldn't have a life like that. Well, I don't want to go too deep into things because I'll go all sullen and depressed and goodness knows what. So what was this video about? I've forgotten what I started with really. But all of these are just a get ready, have a plan, Get strongholds, places where you can defend, even if it's just your own property, or a community centre where a group of you can defend it. Just remember that these people will be armed with modern arms, so don't leave yourself somewhere where you can just get, well, basically locked in and massacred. Always have a route out. If there ain't a route out, then it ain't a place to stop. Because there's nothing wrong with an orderly retreat. We will overcome all this crap. It needs, as I keep saying, some leaders. I've seen a few people that I think would be great leaders, but they're not actually offering themselves up in that way. They're doing a lot of good stuff, And I say they're doing things that I wouldn't even think of, that I can't get my head around. But we do need some strong people to say, come on then lads, let's go. I can do that, but if I walked out here and outside my front door and said, come on lads, let's go, there wouldn't be a reaction, because I don't think they even know what a Muslim looks like down here, because there aren't many, and they don't see the threat. And it's a threat you don't see that is the most devastating threat, isn't it? If you see a threat, you can try and deal with it. That's what I'm trying to get over to everyone. People in the rural communities, you're going to be such easy targets, because it's just going to be you. Okay guys, I shall end this video here, and I shall now see whether it does get onto YouTube. I really hope it does, because if I'm being censored on YouTube, then I'm going to have to do what I did yesterday, and that was go live on Facebook, and I bloody hate that. Your mind just goes empty, like, oh, what do I say next? So I admire those on telly that do it for a living. Get paid well enough, mind you. Alright, shut up. See you later, have a good weekend, but think about what you're doing, get yourselves tooled up, get your plan, make your family safe. That's the main thing, isn't it? Keep them safe, look after them. See you later.